Hey guys, it's the real Jack and Ferg here.
Hello. We just wanted to say a big thank you to all of our Patreons, everyone who's already subscribed to our Patreon account.
Thank you so much. We were so delighted.
One of the perks of being a Patreon, of course, is that you can name a character in the show, and one of them is in the show today.
Our patron Jonathan suggested we have a character called Catfather. So there's a character called Catfather in the show today.
Keep an ear out for that, and if you haven't yet had a look at the Patreon, check it out, patreon.com/SharkmanPodcast.
All right, here we go.
Enjoy the show.
It's just another Sharkman podcast.
Hello and welcome to Just Another Sharkman podcast, your chance to plug into all the latest news, movies and events in the Sharkman film franchise. My name's Jack and I'm here with my best friend, it's Fergus.
Just a couple of pigs rolling around in the dirt that is content.
That's actually such a good metaphor when you say it like that. Because the dirt's like the podcast and we're the pigs.
No, the dirt's the content.
The dirt's... What's the...
We eat the dirt.
Yeah.
And we shit out the podcast.
And then we roll around in all of it.
And the other pigs eat our shit. And that's them listening to the podcast.
That's the listeners.
That's the listeners. That's you listeners. And the fence is... I haven't thought the whole thing through.
Yeah.
The CEO is the farmer.
A really handsome farmer, though.
Oh, yeah.
And Will's like the farmer's husband.
And the outbuilding that we get taken to at the end of the week is the outbuilding that Sharkman Studios takes people to at the end of the week.
All right, let's just put that in a little box and forget about it. Now, we've been getting lots and lots of emails. Lots of people have been getting in contact asking two questions. The first sort of email goes along the lines of, we're at SharkCon, we want to meet you. And obviously the answer to that is, fuck no.
Absolutely no.
Stay away. Now the second question got me and Ferg thinking. A lot of people have been writing in saying, we're at SharkCon, we want to know your tips and tricks for getting by.
Your advice for getting the best out of our SharkCon experience.
Absolutely. And Ferg and I have been here for 2.5 months now.
Yeah.
And we think that we really do know how to get the best out of SharkCon now.
Yeah.
And so we thought that in this very special episode, we're not going to be doing any news. We're not going to be doing the usual sort of stuff. We're going to be giving you guys a survival guide to SharkCon.
Just one episode that you can listen to get everything you need to know right here and now.
Absolutely, Ferg. So we're talking right now from our home in the gigantic papier-mâché shark head of this Sharkman statue that fell down.
At SharkCon.
At SharkCon.
SharkCon, which of course is ending this week.
Yeah, it's ending this week. They've
extended it every week, but this week again.
They're like, it's the last week.
It's the last week,
and that'll be really good.
So we really want you to get the best out of this last week.
Yeah, in this final week. And so what we thought we would do is take the mic out onto the convention floor.
Yeah.
Go to a couple choice locations and tell you guys how to make the most of SharkCon.
So of course, SharkCon, particularly over the last couple of weeks, It's started to evolve, really, the sort of format of it.
It started to get really good.
Yeah, it started to sort of organically shift and change. And it's become this sort of quote-unquote lawless wasteland.
Mm-hmm. Now, there are still panels.
Yep.
There are still exciting premieres. There are still chances to get your hands on the best merch.
Convention business is very much still happening as usual.
But Sharkman Studios just have to improvise a little bit.
Because things have, like we say, started to change and there's been less heavy-handed maintenance of infrastructure from Sharkman Studios.
Which is understandable, guys, because the more people that come to SharkCon, obviously there's more people to look after suddenly. And the big thing about SharkCon, which seems to be happening, is people are all loving it so much that they can't leave.
No.
So it's just getting bigger and bigger. The infrastructure that was once in place is falling apart.
So panels are still happening, for example, but of course the various famous actors and filmmakers who are attending these panels aren't able to be at the convention themselves because they'll be stuck there. So Sharkman Studios are airdropping them in.
Yeah.
And then, of course, winching them back out on long rope ladders going up into the helicopter. And sometimes, of course, they make it out and they're able to go back to their lives, making Sharkman films and so on. But sometimes we manage to grab their ankle. We manage to grab them before they get out and we pull them down.
And then we pull them, and then they become our friend and they have to stay. So guys, we're going to be looking at some exciting things you guys can do at SharkCon, such as scrounging for some basic sustenance, looking for fresh water, getting some sort of sleep, finding an improvised shelter.
Another thing we'll be looking at is how to survive the wrath of the various gangs that have begun to roam around SharkCon.
Yeah.
They're there, they're dangerous gangs, they're committed fans. And of course, most importantly, we're going to be looking at how to best maintain your social media profile.
Absolutely.
While at SharkCon. So, Jack, if you'd like to talk about what you've been doing there and what you're going to be talking about today.
Well, guys, I've become really skilled in a lesser-known art, something that's quite difficult, something that has really boosted our social media profile. It's the art of the Insta story. So the Instagram story is a thing, not many of you might know about it, but you basically take photos on Instagram and it goes up just for the 24 hours. And what I'm going to be doing today while we're recording the podcast is I'm going to be taking those snaps, I'm going to be writing some little words on them, I'm going to be putting some GIFs in, I'm going to be taking some boomerangs, I'm going to be doing all of it. And I'll talk you guys through what we're doing at the different locations and how I'm boosting that social media outreach.
Perfect, Jack. Now, let's get on.
But just before we head off, Ferg, I think it might be good to talk to the listeners about what we're putting on to go outside into the wasteland.
Of course.
I'm going to be wearing a fake Sharkman chest, so it looks like I'm really tough.
Yep.
And I've obviously got on my prawn boy mask, but what we've done is we've rigged that a bit just so it's filtering out the air.
And I'm, of course, wearing a full suit of armour and a sou'wester.
All right, Ferg, I think we should get going, don't you? Right, okay, everybody. We are at the food court to talk you through our first tip.
How to get your hands on food.
On basic food.
Not the best food, just where to get food.
Anything, just anything. If you're hungry...
Yeah.
It's sometimes difficult to find anything here.
Because the thing with human bodies is they do become hungry if they don't receive food. And the thing with SharkCon is there's not much
There's
food.
not a lot of food.
So the food court is... I mean, it used to be the food court.
Yeah, I guess I'd call it the abandoned food court.
The abandoned food court. Because it's a food court and it has
been abandoned, basically.
So, listeners, the first rule of feeding yourself at SharkCon is you've got to open your mind. You've got to expand your idea of what food is.
Absolutely.
Because too often we're like, food is stuff that you can eat comfortably and well, and you can swallow it and digest it properly.
Yeah.
But SharkCon is all about expanding your horizons. It's an experience that changes how you think about the world. So before you'd be like, oh, well, bread is a bit of food. Sure, bread can be food, but you know what else can be food?
A little Sharkman stuffed plushie. What you want to do is you want to put that on a chopping board. You want to chop it up, get all of that cotton out, toast the cotton over a fire.
Like a marshmallow.
And sometimes it helped me at first to pretend it was a marshmallow.
And then you just close your eyes and you just cram it in and you just chew as fast as you can.
Yeah. What's nice is when I do that, Ferg screams loudly so I forget about what I'm eating.
Yeah.
He just goes up to my ear and just shouts in my ear. And then I find that easier to kind of tune out.
I normally shout something like, remember that bit in Sharkman 5?
Yeah, and I start thinking about Sharkman 5 and it's fine.
Exactly. And that's the thing is SharkCon, it's just there's so many different ways to think about Sharkman and the films and alter your perspective on them.
Absolutely. And obviously I'll put up a bunch of recipes on my YouTube and I'm sure Ferg will as well.
Yep.
We've got dishes involving Sharkman trading cards, we've got dishes involving Sharkman caps, Sharkman hats, all of those things. Teach you how to gut those, get the plastic off and really tuck into the fabric.
Yeah.
Now Ferg, it's funny that we would come to the abandoned food court because this is where I will often walk through on my way to a panel and I will see Sharkman fans, attendees at SharkCon just walking about pretending they're getting food.
Yes.
From the different stalls. So obviously in the northwest we've got a shark burger place. There's a Sharkman kind of Thai fusion restaurant over in the east corner, and just behind me there's actually a fish and chip shop.
Yeah.
But obviously those are all empty. The caterers have fled, and obviously all of the catering equipment, it's all empty. There are empty tins, there are empty hot plates. But sometimes, if you are lucky, you open one of them and there's a bit of mold in there or a little rat. And it's all empty, but you'll just see these people. They'll be walking around. They'll be pretending they're getting food on their plate. They'll be taking it to the canteen.
Someone will take up the role of the person serving them the food. They'll stand behind the counter and be like, what would you like today?
Yeah. And it's a laugh. What can I say? It's very fun. It's just like in that Sharkman musical where Prawn Boy's like in the orphanage and he's imagining all that food and he can't get any.
prawn boy exclamation mark.
That's it.
And this whole thing is just a way to keep your mind active, to keep yourself from going, to keep yourself from the edge. Because you can see the edge, can't you, Jack?
Yeah.
And I've always been able to see it. But while the last couple of months I've been at SharkCon, I've been, the edge has been just getting closer and closer. And I can really, not only can I see the edge now, but I can also sort of feel the breeze. Feel the breeze off the edge. And I'm so close to the edge.
Now, it's funny that no one's here, Ferg. Usually this place is, as I was saying, it's packed with people pretending that there's...
Yeah, you're right.
Loads of...
But it is very much properly abandoned right now.
Oh, no, Ferg. I've just remembered.
What?
This is the Piss Crate Boys territory now.
Oh, shit. Yeah, so listeners, one of the gangs we were talking about, one of the gangs is the Piss Crate Boys. There's not much to them. They just stink of piss.
They like Piss Crate.
We all like Piss Crate, but and this is me saying this, Jack.
Yeah.
They take it too far.
Sometimes you'll walk past the gang hideout and they'll just be diving off diving boards into little Piss Crate Max crates.
They call it a pool party, but really it's like, it's like a 4 foot by 4 foot by 4 foot crate full of piss.
Yeah.
And like 20 guys just trying to get in the crate.
Yeah.
It's not really a pool party.
Ferg, can you smell piss?
Yeah.
That's not any old piss, is it? That's
the piss of the Sharkman actors.
Okay, listeners, we're going to move right on now. Ferg, can you come back? Okay, we'll be with you right in a second, listeners. Ferg, wait for me.
Okay, I can't smell piss anymore, Jack. Apart from obviously the sort of base level of piss you can always smell here.
Yeah.
But I'm so used to that I can tell when there's a different layer of piss. It's all good.
Oh, that was a really close one, Ferg.
So, Jack, why didn't you tell us what we're going to talk about now?
Well, as you can see, Ferg, I've led you over to this corner of the convention, and we're standing next to a little Instagram wall with Sharkman on it. He's smiling, and you can get a selfie with Sharkman.
Do you want to?
Should we just do one quick? Can we get a quick selfie?
Yep. Here we go.
All right, I'm going to pretend to pick Sharkman's nose.
Oh.
No, sorry, I won't do that. That's
very disrespectful.
Really disrespectful.
Here we go. Should I get a boomerang or a normal one?
Just normal.
Okay, the options, Jack. We've got create, music, live, normal, boomerang, super zoom, focus, or hands-free.
Let's super zoom.
Let's do super zoom. Okay, here we go. Oh, because of course we love Sharkman.
Yeah.
Here we go. Shall I do it for the full length of it, Jack?
Just do the whole thing.
We can do the full
People don't
length
do
of
it
it.
long enough, in my opinion.
Exactly. They're always over before I've started enjoying them. There you go. Out. I'm watching it back. What were you going to tag it with?
Just say hashtag Sharkman. Hashtag love Sharkman.
Hashtag Sharkman. Hashtag love Sharkman. Great, that's on.
Good.
And send. Brilliant, so that's on the story.
But Ferg, I didn't just take you here to get a Sharkman Instagram for the story.
Oh?
If you'll help me just pull away this Instagram wall, you'll see that there's a little hole behind it.
I do see.
Ferg, you've been sending me out to gather fresh water and fresh food while you're in the Sharkman head editing away at that podcast.
I have.
And that's been great, and I think we've really mutually supported each other. I've obviously been out here risking my life.
And I've been editing a podcast.
But this is something I'm really proud of, Ferg. It's my hole. As you know, I'm really good at digging.
We both are.
We're both really good at digging. And I found this little spot after quite a few days of kind of roaming about, avoiding the fan gangs, and getting info and tips off other members of the convention.
Okay.
I started to dig.
Yeah.
Because I thought, where's the best place to find water? Definitely deep underground.
What did you use to dig, Jack?
Ferg, I used my hands. I broke a few nails, and I just tore away at the carpet again and again, like a cat on heat. And I tore away at the carpet until I made a little hole, Ferg.
Yep.
I made it bigger, and then I started to get inside that hole and make my way underneath the convention. If you see on the back of the Instagram wall, what I've done is I've written a list of the depths I've got to.
Oh, yes.
So we've got 100 meters here.
Yep.
got 350 metres.
Wow, really deep.
500 metres and 1,000 metres. And
That's
that's where I am
incredibly
right
deep,
now.
Jack.
I've been spelunking. And at 1,000 metres, Ferg, I eventually found that water.
Really impressive stuff, Jack.
Thanks, Ferg. What I thought I could do is talk you and the listeners just through what they're going to discover on their way down, what they will encounter on their way to find the basic necessity.
If they want to make holes of their own. Mm-hmm. They can't use your hole.
They fucking can't use my hole, and I will hurt them if they do.
So, Jack, what did you find at 100 metres down?
Well, 100 metres down, Ferg, we're obviously underneath the carpet. We are ducking around some electrics.
Yeah.
There's some strange whirring boxes. There are a lot of sensors.
Okay.
A lot of sensors, a lot of cameras, a lot of ways of kind of tracking people.
Right.
And understanding what they want and understanding what ads to give them. Is that sort of stuff.
Brilliant.
Is at work right underneath your feet.
I mean, that's the standard sort of stuff that is, that is 100 feet down all over the globe.
Yeah, it is. And Sharkman were right to put it there because it makes your ads better.
It's so important that your ads are better.
Yeah.
So what did you find at the next level, Jack?
Ferg, what I had to do is I actually had to burst open a few of these electronic boxes.
Okay.
To find a hole to go down.
Well, hang on.
What?
Are you saying you tampered with Sharkman Studios equipment?
Ferg, it was a difficult decision, I must admit, but it was either tampering with Sharkman equipment or surviving.
Jack, that's no excuse. Look.
You're right.
Look. It's in the past.
It's done
I think
now.
Just Venmo Sharkman Studios 300 quid.
I will.
Just do it now.
That's a good idea. I'll just Venmo it now.
From the iPad. Still got the iPad.
I still got the iPad.
Don't worry, listeners. Still got the iPad.
I wear it around my neck.
He wears it around his neck. He's been doing that the whole time.
I have. Okay, so I've sent that. I chucked in a bit extra. I chucked in 350. I said, why not?
They need it. They need that money.
They do. And I'm happy to give it. So, Ferg, I burst open one of these boxes.
Yep.
And what was strange is usually, obviously, technological boxes of any sort are like self-contained little cubes.
Right.
But I burst this open and I found a deep hole running down, full of wires on all sides.
Right.
And I got in and I started to kind of slip down this hole.
Okay.
Slip down this wiry hole.
Yep.
Deeper and deeper. Until a little hatch opened underneath. And I was in a white guard room.
Okay.
Clean walls. White chairs. And there was a guard who was also wearing all white.
Okay.
And he was asleep,
Yep.
luckily.
Yeah. Oof.
And
You would have been killed.
he looked like he'd just had a couple Sharkman cookies, having a little rest.
Yeah.
And I looked around, Ferg.
Yeah.
And I opened a little cupboard.
Yeah.
And there were just loads of Sharkman cookies in there.
Brilliant.
Just loads and loads of Sharkman cookies.
Yeah.
All stacked up. And
Yeah.
so he had food. He also had a little glass of water.
Okay.
But I thought I better not touch them.
I mean, it's Sharkman. It's theirs.
It's Sharkman Studios.
You don't want to take their stuff.
And that's not really appropriate in my
No.
opinion. Other things in that room, Ferg, that I looked at but obviously didn't pay too much attention to.
No.
Because it's not my place to be there.
Of course.
There was a globe with lots of red pins all over it.
Okay.
There was a little panel in one of the walls, Ferg,
Yeah.
with an alive eyeball in it, and it was blinking and sort of looking around.
So what did you find 500 feet down, Jack?
Well, Ferg, I climbed into the vents and I slipped my way down a bit further. And when
slipping.
I came back out, I was in something that while I didn't recognise at first, Ferg, the back of my head, I knew that I'd heard about this place before.
Okay.
And then I remembered, Ferg, I was in the labyrinth.
Oh, the labyrinth that's under Sharkman Studios.
Well, it must go on forever, Ferg, because I was there, and we're nowhere near Sharkman Studios
No.
right now. So I popped out into the labyrinth.
Yeah.
I only walked a few minutes until I came across your mate Eugene.
Oh, the horrid shark man abomination minotaur person.
Yeah. Nice guy.
Lovely guy.
And he was walking around with his little bucket that you told me about. He's been collecting this ooze that bleeds through the ceiling
Yep.
of the labyrinth, and he's just been putting it in the bucket and he's been delivering it back to the central complex.
Yep.
Now, he was a bit aggressive at first.
Yep.
He snapped at me with his gigantic shark head.
Yep.
But I just said, oh, I'm friends with Fergus.
Yeah.
And he smiled. I think he smiled, at least.
I mean,
and
it's hard to tell.
and I said, I'm just looking for a bit of water. So he brought me to a well in the labyrinth.
Yeah.
And he said, oh, hop on in there. I jumped in the little bucket and he wheeled me down.
Yep.
And
With like the pulley, a rope.
Yeah, with a
around
rope
a
pulley.
thing on the bucket. Yep.
and at the very bottom of the well, I was somewhere that I really did recognise, Ferg, because it
Oh.
looked like we were back in the sewers.
Oh.
Which, as you know, listeners, I'll often hop down into the sewers when we lived back in the laundrette and just walk about and come back up as little shortcuts to places. So I know the place really well.
Very far down sewers there.
Yeah, Ferg, that's funny because the geography of my spelunking trip doesn't make any sense.
No.
But I guess that's a bit like Sharkman. Is like when you think about it, it just doesn't make any sense.
For like more than a second.
Yeah.
You think, hang on a sec. Why would that be?
Why
and if that was?
Why are they doing that? Or where are they now? Yeah. But I think that's good because I think it means you're pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
And also, what it does is it forces Sharkman to create more content because it's like I say, if you think about their last bit of content for more than a second, then it does make no sense.
No.
But if there's another bit of content before that second is even up, you don't even have to think about it. So you're just going from content to content.
You're absolutely right, Ferg. This was a new bit of the sewers, I guess.
Yeah.
It's a bit I didn't quite recognise.
Yeah.
And I met this dude down there.
Yeah.
And he sort of smiled at me and he took me by the hand and he led me to this little makeshift home that he'd made.
Okay.
It was all this sort of radio equipment and headphones and all of that. And he kept saying, I'm going to catch them out. I'm going to get them. One day I'll finally get them.
Get who?
I don't know. I think he was probably talking about people that make fake merch.
Yeah, or like fan fiction writers, unlicensed fanfic, unlicensed merch, something like that.
Those are like horrible people.
Those are the only
take
sort of bad
down,
people I can think of. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, he kind of reminded me a bit of Sexy Rat.
Of course.
Obviously, another dude that lives in the sewers. And I said, oh, do you know Sexy Rat? And he said, oh, Sexy Rat. I hate that guy. What sort of a name is Sexy Rat?
Right, yeah.
What sort of a stupid name is Sexy Rat? What an idiot. Anyway, this guy seemed like a lot more normal than Sexy Rat, like a lot more of a normal guy.
What was his name?
Cat father?
Did he have a lot of cats?
No.
He wasn't like father to various cats?
No, he just kept saying, my name is Cat father. Anyway, he gave me a bottle of Evian.
Great.
So now, every week, I hop on down, I travel through the mantles, straight towards the core, and I get another bottle of Evian.
Wait, so how many...
Yeah,
So he's got a lot of bottles of Evian then?
Yeah, he's got loads.
So why didn't you get more than one at a time?
Oh, well, I always think about asking for more, and then in the moment, I just feel awkward, and I just ask for one. He always offers more than one. But I always just say, no, just one, please.
So you could have just gone down and gotten like, 20, 30 bottles of Evian?
Yeah.
And brought them up.
But it's just awkward, isn't it?
So listeners, next up is the way to get your hands on all the best merch.
What is that noise?
Sounds like, if I'm not mistaken, Jack, it sounds like the clattering of DVD disc on DVD disc. It's...
Do you think it's the DVD boys? Now, listeners, the DVD boys are a very dangerous gang.
They're all covered in DVDs.
Yeah, they wear DVDs from top to toe.
They've got like DVDs around their eyes, obviously. Like little binoculars
and
glasses.
As we know from the assassination of Dr. Electronico, DVDs are very sharp and very, very dangerous.
Shit, yes, I think they're coming this way. Should we hide in...
Yeah, let's just...
Okay, listeners, we'll get back to you. We're just going to find somewhere to hide. Okay.
Hello, listeners.
Hey, listeners.
So, listeners, we ran to the cosplay district. We've jumped into one of the abandoned shop fronts, and we're hiding behind...
Just a massive pile of... they're all Sharkman costumes.
Oh, loads of Sharkman costumes.
Sharkman's mask, Sharkman's outfit.
And we're being very quiet.
Yeah.
But we need to keep going. Ferg's been saying we need to keep going. We can't stop now.
So what we're going to just chat about is the way to get your hands, best way to get your hands on all the top merch.
Yeah.
Because, of course, there's a lot of SharkCon exclusive merch. Obviously, the initial wave of merch ran out within the first few weeks of the convention.
Yeah, that stuff was very expensive.
But... since then, Sharkman Studios have been continuing to release new waves of exclusive SharkCon merch.
Yeah, they've been airdropping in small numbers of this merch, and they've been watching the fans just fight over it.
Yeah.
Sometimes I see them in the helicopter just laughing.
I think it's because they just love,
giving the free things out.
Yeah, it's so good. Say free. In order to open the box, you have to
Scan
do
your
contactless
card,
payment, and then it opens.
So that's the clear way to get that merch. But Ferg and I discovered a few hacks to get that merch actually for free.
Yeah.
Now, the main thing that we've been doing is we've been wagering bits of rare merch that we have in gladiatorial battles.
Yes.
We've been sending Ferg in to try and win that rare exclusive merch.
So the other day there was this lenticular Dr. Dinosaur mouse mat.
So lenticular is when you look at things from two different angles and it's like shimmery.
Yeah, it's a bit confusing because I've never looked at anything from two different angles.
Yeah.
But of course, so Big Nancy, I don't know if you know her, she had the lenticular mouse mat.
She's so strong.
She's so strong. And I challenged her to a fight.
Yeah.
What I wagered in the fight was...
well, we've been losing a lot of fights. And
Yeah.
so what Ferg said, and I thought it was a really good idea actually, Ferg, so hats off to you, is you said, Jack, what if we wager your servitude for a year? You said, if I lose, Jack, you'll have to do whatever the other person says for a year. Like, you have to be their slave.
Yeah, because that's free.
Yeah.
And so in the fight, the way I managed to win the fight and get that lenticular mouse mat
It was so cool.
is another really good hack, listeners. Obviously, you know how much content I consume. Pound for pound, I think I potentially consume just as much content as anyone else in the world. So a little trick that I'm able to do once a month, say, if I'm in danger, if I concentrate, I am able to produce from my mouth a ball, a lump of pure content.
So what Ferg means is when you actually see the ball of content, what it actually is it's we're eating Sharkman fortune cookies, we're eating Sharkman cereal, we're eating all that stuff, and there's often little bits in that you can't digest. There's often little bits of like either they're download codes or they're just bits of shrapnel. And Ferg is able, because he eats so much of it, it sort of balls up in his stomach, and he is able to bring that back up.
And so I bring that ball up, into my mouth, and then I just spit it straight out my mouth, straight at her, not right between the eyes.
Like the popular Bible story, Sharkman and Goliath.
Well, actually, Jack, I'm pretty sure it's called David and Sharkman. And it's about Sharkman fucking up some dumb little kid who just punches him and he dies. Anyway, so I shoot her right between the eyes. And did I win? Well, listeners,
I think that sound speaks for itself. Shh, Ferg.
oh shit, someone's coming.
Shh, Ferg, don't rub that so loudly.
Oh no, my lenticular mouse mat has alerted the...
Hello. Hello, guys.
So, we've been... and this is some classic SharkCon content that you're getting to listen to. Really great stuff to capture on the episode. So, we've been captured
by the DVD boys.
And we are currently hanging upside down by our ankles.
Yeah.
Our heads are just a couple of feet above the ground. I've managed to set up the mic, so we're all G here.
You can't really see very much where we are. If I didn't know the goss about where the DVD boys lived, Ferg, then I wouldn't know where we are. But we are, in fact, in their secret lair underneath the giant Sharkman Whitewater Rapids ride.
It's a great ride. It's very much fallen into disrepair, and it's horrible now, and it's just stagnant water, and it's very dangerous.
It's dripping from the ceiling, right on my nose.
And they tied us up in here, and then they headed out. So they've just left us alone a bit. Presumably they're going to come back and check in on us soon.
And that'd be fun. Maybe we could do a bit of an interview.
Yeah, that could be good. But while we're here, let's do some emails. I've got my phone here. If I can just get out of my pocket. Okay, I've dropped it onto the floor. Jack, could you just get yours out?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
First email I've got here is from Tam. No, wait, sorry, that was upside down. It's Matt.
Yeah, you don't need to hold it upside down. You can just...
Yeah, thank you. It says, hi, Jack and Ferg. Well, hello, Tam.
Jack, it's Matt.
Oh, Matt, sorry.
I don't know why you would even...
Thought I'd email into the podcast to get some advice from you, agony aunt style. I've been at university for the past few years studying politics.
What's that?
Specialising in how the Sharkman universe affects the political global climate.
Great.
My big final paper looked at how the release and success of Sharkman 2 was the sole factor in the fall of the Berlin Wall and the reunification of Germany. Pretty cool stuff.
That sounds... I don't know anything about that, but I'm sure that sounds right.
No, but it did happen it must have happened in 2012. Whatever that was.
Yeah,
Sharkman
a lot of
2
stuff
came out
happened back in 2012, didn't it?
Yeah. Anyway, now I've finished my studies and have moved back home to my parents. Being at university allowed me to fully immerse myself in the Sharkman universe to the point where I watch films from the franchise 21 hours a day through a VR headset so I could really live the lives of the characters. My parents are saying this is unhealthy and that I am being consumed by this universe to the point where I am a shell of a son they once knew.
Nice.
I thought, what would Sharkman do? But since I can't throw sharks at them, I thought I'd turn to you for some advice. Thanks for your help, Matt.
Well, Matt. I mean, you're saying that they're, you're consumed by Sharkman, but you're only watching the films 21 hours a day. So you sound like a fucking fake fan to me. Don't email again.
That was quite harsh.
There's 3 more hours in the day.
You're speaking very loudly, Ferg.
This is a normal indoor speaking voice, Jack, and I don't appreciate being attacked like this.
Do you want a bit of Evian?
Yeah, all right.
Just bear in mind it's our week's supply of Evian.
Okay, I'm just trying to work out how to drink this upside down, because I'm hanging upside down, and if I take the actually I think I've got it.
Yeah,
I've got a good plan. Okay, all the Evian's gone on the floor.
Oh dear.
It's because we were upside down.
Yeah, it's confusing, isn't it?
Yeah, I forgot to take that into account when I made my plan. Okay, listeners. So here comes DVD Mike. He is, I think, the leader of the DVD boys.
Yeah.
And he is just covered head to toe, adorned in the most shimmering, beautiful, exclusive DVD content.
And they're cut into sharp edges, and they're cut into patterns, and he's wearing this giant DVD mask, and he's walking slowly and with purpose towards us.
And as he walks towards us, he is sharpening a DVD. He's sharpening the DVD against another DVD. I don't quite get how that's working.
Oh, Ferg, that's because only DVDs can cut other DVDs?
Oh, like diamond.
Yeah.
I mean, they are truly the most wonderful jewel in the heart of the crown of home media entertainment.
He's approaching us, and he's got his whole DVD gang behind him now. They're all filing into the room. He's coming towards us now.
Oh, and hello, sir. How's it going? Could you hear what you're saying?
I
there,
couldn't
Jack?
understand a word
Listeners,
he
I
was
don't know about
saying.
you, but we can.
The mask is...
Your face is covered in DVDs, mate. He's gesturing with the sharpened DVD.
Yeah.
Is he going to cut us down and let us go?
Oh.
Okay, so now, listeners, he's holding the sharpened bit of DVD to Jack's throat.
Really close. Really close.
A single bead of blood welling up and dripping down Jack's face because
We're upside down. Do you want anything? Can I help? Can I help you with anything?
Okay, listeners, I'm not sure what's going to happen now. I can hear her. I think someone else is coming, listeners.
Hello, DVD Mike. Oh, these boys. No, they're in my gang. They're my Patreon subscribers.
Oh, shit, Chris has got all his Patreons. That's so useful. This is why we need more Patreons. Listeners, please, patreon.com/SharkmanPodcast. It would be really useful for us, particularly if you're at SharkCon, because then not only would you be able to subscribe to bonus, Just Another Sharkman podcast content, exclusive content, you'd also be able to join our gang and protect us, like obviously Chris is doing with his Patreons. He's got a lot of Patreons.
He's got so many.
I don't
Patreons.
think this is even all of them.
And they're standing
So they're
opposite each other.
They're facing each other.
What did you say to me? What did you say to me? No, I'm genuinely asking. I can't understand what you're... Can you write it down? How dare you? Look, we could talk about this until the cows come home, or we could be gentlemen, and we could fight. On guard, DVD Mike.
Oh, so it's all kicked off now.
Yep, they're fighting.
It's a total bloodbath.
God, it's so useful having those Patrons. Yeah, I'm just going to talk about the Patreon a bit more, listeners.
I'm going to try and get an Instagram.
Get on the story.
I'm going to get a story of
So yeah,
this.
we've got various tiers. We've got $2 a month. We've got $5 a month. We've got $10 a month.
Okay, I'm doing a boomerang.
Great, yeah.
And,
$50 a month. And of course, we've also got the $1,000 a month tier.
Oh, Ferg, look at that. I've got a boomerang of the guy's head getting chopped off. Look, his head's chopped off.
And
Now
it's back on.
now he's all right again.
And it's
now
off.
he's off again. Now
And
he's
it's back
okay.
on. But yeah, like I say, just head to that website, and if you're giving us say just $2 a month, it's that's less than a coffee.
Hashtag decapitation.
And just once a month, just to show you appreciating our content, and it really is useful.
Hashtag I'm not feeling very well.
For so many things we do. Obviously, we are mostly just spending that money on fixing the inside of our paper mache Sharkman head.
Hashtag Sharkman banter. SharkCon. Hashtag SharkCon banter.
And yeah, like I said, there's going to be so
And I'm
much
gonna put a
bonus
filter on
content
it,
there.
Ferg.
Really good. Oh, what filter are you going to put on it, Jack?
Ferg, I'm going simple. I'm going for Oslo.
Oh, lovely bit of Oslo.
Ferg, the fight has subsided now.
Oh,
I think.
Did somebody win? I can't. I'm upside down. It's really hard to see.
I know there are bodies everywhere.
I can't because the bodies are above me. So it's hard
Ferg. So quite far away across the room, there's like a figure walking walking towards us.
The listeners, they're sort of obscured by the mists of the falling water, and
He's kicking aside bodies and laughing. Oh shit! It's Chris.
Oh,
whoa!
God.
We
Okay.
need to get out right now.
Undo the bonds.
Ferg, bite my leg.
I can't
chains,
bite- I can't
my-
reach up to
and no,
bite.
Do the spit thing. Do the spit thing. Get off.
do the spit. Okay, I'm going to bring up the content. I'm going to spit it. It's going
I'm
to cut
trying to
through the bone.
dislocate my foot and get.
I'm going to. I can't get it to come up, Jack. I've not ate enough content today. I'm sorry, Jack. Quick, I'm going to try and slide. Have you managed to dislocate your foot? Okay, maybe if I get enough momentum, I can swing. If I get enough momentum, Jack.
It's useless, Ferg.
Oh God,
It's useless.
listeners, he's heading this way.
Well, what do we have here? Hello, boys.
To be continued. This has been Just Another Sharkman podcast, starring Jack Bradfield as Jack, Fergus Macdonald as Fergus, Richard Yuill as Chris, and Natcha Chirapiwat as additional brawl voices. Music and editing by Fergus Macdonald. Artwork by Niamh Simpson. Tune in again for more Sharkman news tomorrow. And the day after that. And the day after that.